You're listening to the Productive Therapist Podcast, the world's greatest and most brilliant resource for busy therapists who'd rather be laying on a beach in Hawaii. Each episode is packed with simple tips and inspiring insights from the Productive Therapist team to help you grow your practice and have fun doing it. So without further ado, let's help you get more done and have more fun.
Hello and welcome back to the Productive Therapist Podcast. I'm so pleased that you're listening today. Whether you are washing dishes, walking the dog, or driving in your car, it means the world to me that you're checking out the podcast today. So I want to give a quick shout out to one of our listeners who left us a review. Silva Badalian, LCSW, says, "Love this podcast. I love listening to this podcast. As a therapist who recently started her private practice, I've learned so much from this podcast in developing my practice. So many good guests, and Uriah also has many gems to share. I highly recommend this podcast." Thank you, Silva. Really appreciate that review. If you've listened to this podcast before, or if this is your first time and you are enjoying it, it would be awesome if you go ahead and leave us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. So today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the 4 stages of the private practice journey. Okay, let's get into this. For therapists, the urge to start a private practice may feel like a calling. It's a deep desire to help people, and it's also a desire to create a life of freedom and choice. Our work in therapy creates a strong emotional bond, so the path of a private practice therapist feels like a true journey. It's an intense, long journey to go from grad student to a licensed therapist running a thriving practice. In many ways, a therapist's path to private practice is a hero's journey. Many stories you know, like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and The Lion King, share the same hero's journey. Joseph Campbell was a well-known American writer and literature professor. He found that the hero in almost every story must go through a series of stages. And the 4 main stages are, number 1, the call to adventure, number 2, the initiation, number 3, the transformation, and number 4, the return. Starting a private practice is kind of like Campbell's hero's journey. Many common stages in a practitioner's career fit key stages of the hero's journey. They include getting licensed, opening a new practice, and filling your client caseload. Then branching out into something else like teaching, writing a book, or maybe another creative project. The initiation or supreme ordeal in the hero's journey is the licensure process. Remember those long hours, low pay, tiny offices, and tough exams? Brutal, right? It's quite an ordeal. But at the end of that process, you're ready to jump into being a practicing clinician. Transformation can and does happen at every stage of your career, but starting a private practice brings unique and valuable challenges. It will change you, for sure. We learn how to set fees, how to market ourselves, and how to grow a brand new practice. With time, we become skilled business owners and clinicians. And this adventure of private practice helps us. It develops gifts that we can share with our clients and communities. We can share our wisdom beyond our sessions. We can become educators, writers, podcasters, public speakers, and so much more. So number 1 is the adventure, answering your calling. Has anyone ever asked you what led you to start a private practice? I'm guessing the answer is yes, but it's usually pretty difficult to come up with a quick response. Most of us feel called to this work from a deeper place that's full of personal meaning and purpose. If you and I sat down to have a cup of coffee and share our stories, we would likely be there for quite a while. Becoming a therapist isn't an easy career choice. Everyone comes to this work from a different place, but we choose to be practitioners. It feels like an essential part of our life's mission. My path, for instance, involved healing from a tough childhood. I found that my empathy helped others. I was confident in my choice, but becoming a therapist was a leap into the unknown for sure. And I know other people have felt this too. This work is a call to explore our inner worlds. It urges us to seek an adventure that will create positive change in the world. When you're at this early stage of your career, you may not know for sure what your future holds, and that's okay. I wasn't sure of anything after licensure, which took all my focus and energy at the time. Now, stage 2 is the initiation, choosing private practice. It's a tough shift from grad school's hard classes to the long licensure process. This is why therapists clap and cheer when they get the news that one of their peers has passed their exams. We feel all the pain and pleasure of this epic accomplishment. I've often wished that my own initiation process wasn't so lengthy and challenging. I transferred schools mid-degree and chose a 3-year grad program, so it actually took me 8 years to finish my studies. I was also slow to complete my required training hours. That process took the full 6 allowed years for various reasons. I had a few internships that didn't give me enough hours, and my wife and I also had 2 amazing daughters in the process. On top of all that, I was struggling to develop my confidence as a fledgling therapist. I started this journey right out of high school. I didn't get licensed as a marriage and family therapist until I was almost 30 years old. At the end of the day, I'm grateful for this intensive initiation. It was an ordeal, but it was also a formative experience. It built my confidence to take the next step, which was opening my practice. If you're at this early stage, you may be considering starting a private practice, or it might still seem a bit uncertain and unknown, but it's something you're considering. As you get closer to being licensed, consider your next steps. You'll soon face the changes that come with running your own practice. Number 3, the transformation, becoming a business owner. After becoming licensed, you must choose a path. Many career paths offer chances for growth, but there's something unique about the change that comes when you start a private practice. It's a new test beyond licensure. It will test your grit, resilience, and tolerance for uncertainty. Most new therapists lack a business degree or training in how to start a business. You've got the treatment part down, but the rest is a bit of a mystery. Like, how do you build a website? And how do you set fees or bill insurance? How do you negotiate a lease for office space? And should you have business cards? And what do you put on them? So many questions in that first year, and solid answers can be hard to come by. This was a massive learning curve that I wasn't prepared to face. I found that to solve most of these problems in starting a private practice, I needed to seek help from others. I suggest finding reliable resources. You'll need them as you face new challenges. I remember many tearful moments in the ups and downs of starting a private practice, especially when my practice was new and I was supporting my young family. Every new referral thrilled me, but every client who left therapy made me feel like my whole ship was sinking. It was pretty rough. At first, I succeeded by focusing on my niche. It was working with teenage boys and their families. I set up my therapy website, started a parenting blog. Then I sent out a regular newsletter with helpful tips each week. My schedule filled up and stayed that way. To this day, my confidence as a therapist and a business owner increases every year. I learned to manage my anxiety and the uncertainty of private practice. Starting something from nothing and watching it grow definitely transforms you. Many of the people I know in private practice have had similar experiences. If you've already opened your own practice, you have too. If you're thinking about starting one, it's helpful to know what you're getting into. This is hard work, but there are many resources that didn't exist even 5 or 10 years ago, and they can help you through this transformation to the next stage. Number 4 is the return, figuring out what's next. The hero completes the last stage of their journey by making a return. Each story has a different take on it, but at the core of each story, a hero returns from an adventure as a changed person with gifts or new knowledge to share. Many therapists want to share their gifts beyond the therapy office, and it's an amazing thing. They want to explore new ways to help their communities. Others continue to focus on direct client care, which is a gift in and of itself. For me, this has evolved over time. I've written ebooks, taught online classes, and spoken at events. I also started a group practice and a virtual assistant business. After going through my initiation and transformation, I decided to share what I learned with my peers. As time goes on, new ways will emerge for practitioners to make a difference. I certainly haven't explored all the options, but I'm excited to continue growing and trying new things. Our ways of using our gifts to help others will only grow from here. So what's next? When you're in the early stages of this journey, it can seem impossible to see where the road ends. There are many side trips and down trees to climb over. It can feel overwhelming to take that first step. Luckily, other travelers have walked this road before, and we have a map ready for you. As you plan your career, ask yourself, what's my dream project? You can use that as your North Star. If you could create anything and share it with the world, what would that look like? Although the roads other people have taken can act as a guide, they're not the only roads you can take. Your unique ideas, dreams, and goals will guide you through whatever stage of this journey you're in. At the end of the day, you get to choose how the next chapter unfolds because you're the hero of this story. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast today. If you want more resources and tips, go to productivetherapist.com and check out all that we have to offer. Hope you have an awesome day.
That's it for today. Thanks so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and hit the subscribe button to make sure you never miss an episode. If you're looking for more personalized help, you can reach us through productivetherapist.com. Thanks so much for listening. We are Productive Therapist, and this is the podcast that helps therapists get more done and have more fun.